Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Fuel. It is Rose Parma here, your breakthrough life coach focusing on ministry and business. So we're going to go over a really popular question, I would say, that was asked to me. It was actually asked to me 2 different times this week in my inbox. And the question is, when I have this idea, the first part of the question is usually, when I have this idea, how do I know it's from God? And then the second part of the question is, how do I make it happen? How do I go from this idea that I have that I feel like may be from God, right? A direction, a guidance, or a download, something of that sort. And how do I actually make it happen? So before we jump into that, as you are jumping on, say hello to me, drop in the comments below, #miracles happen, because that is what we believe, okay? I have some updates on ministry. I have updates on our traveling with Grace on Wheels, which is our RV travels. And I want to give a shout out to one of my beautiful friends, Brittany, who designed this shirt. I believe she designed it. I bought it from her anyway, and I absolutely love it. So huge shout out to her. Hello, Jerry. Hi, Laura. Miracles happen. Yes. Okay. So here's the deal. We are in Alabama now. You guys, we went all the way across the states in 3.5 days. I'm not quite sure that was the safest thing to do. However, my husband had like this massive surge of energy. We had so much fun. We were getting up early in the morning. We were literally leaving at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. We stayed one extra night in Oklahoma, and we were at this beautiful lake. I did a video on it, right? And so we took one day to really rest and relax and spend time in God's nature. And then we got back on the road again. Now, those of you that know me know that miracle mornings don't normally happen for me, but there was something so beautiful about it. If you are a morning person, drop in the comments below mornings. If you are someone who likes to rise late in the day, then drop in the comments below late, because I am one who is always like really getting up later in the day. That was not the case as we were traveling. It was absolutely beautiful. Watching the sunrise, you guys, have you gotten up before sunrise and just been able to have a nice cup of coffee and just watch the sun legit rise? It is like the most beautiful, miraculous experience ever. And I felt like God was really, really speaking to us as we were just really immersing ourselves in his beauty and all the things that he was doing and in our journey, because our journey has been so amazing. What God has been doing in this adventure, like, let me just tell you, the adventure of us being on the road since this past November, has been just kept us in awe. Like, God has just kept us in awe. What's about to, come forth with ministry is going to be so huge. There are many of you already that are linking arms with us. With Barn of Grace is the vision that God has given me. I'm going to get this vision really clear on a very condensed video so I can share it with all of you. If I do not have your email address already, be sure to send it to me. If you've already sent it to me before, don't send it again, because I already have you on the list. But I'm going to be sending out updates as ministry works along and as God reveals things to me. Ministry is a huge thing, and this is going to tie into the question of the day. So stay tuned for that, okay? Because I want you to learn from what God is doing through me, because I feel like there's a beautiful lesson in it, okay? So here's the deal. God is giving us big vision for ministry, for us to get land in Tennessee that's going to happen by a miracle. So I'm going to let me see if I could drop miracles happen in the comments. So drop in the comments below miracles happen, because I believe we are going to receive this land by a miracle. Once we receive this land, there is going to be either a barn already on it, or we are going to physically build a barn with our hands. In that barn, it's called Barn of Grace. I already have the vision of what it looks like. I already have the name. I already have what's happening inside this barn, and it is healing upon healing. We are going to be groups of women, and I say women because I run women's ministry. However, I'm going to say to you that with the women, a lot of times comes men, either their sons or husbands or boyfriends, and many of them are getting saved because my husband has these beautiful conversations with them that is often leading them to Jesus. My hair is dripping wet. So in this barn of grace, there's going to be healing upon healing. The biggest thing we're going to focus on is really just linking arms together and being a full circle blessing to women who are recovering from, abuse in their life, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever sort of things they have gone through in their life, they're survivors of abuse, okay? Or of trafficking. And this is for children as well. And so many women, including Laura on here, yes, I'm so excited, are joining us on this adventure. So what we are doing is we are linking arms together. The biggest thing to understand about ministry is not a solo thing. Ministry is when many people come together to do the feet work to help Jesus build his kingdom here on earth. That is what ministry is about. It is about us linking arms. It's not about someone running the show. It's not about someone getting all the glory. It's about us giving the glory fully to God and doing the work that is going to be a blessing to the next person. So what we are doing is we are starting this book club, and the book club itself is called She Becomes Unshakable. Okay. And it's in alignment with the book that I'm publishing right now. And in this book club, you are going to receive all sorts of beautiful coaching. There are going to be different tips for running business or ministry or leadership, for organization in your homes, in your work, in schooling with your children. There's going to be so many different things that are going to walk you through how to take God's word, how to implement it in your life all day long in every area of your life. It's like an injection of Jesus of all the things that we want to be able to take the Bible and say, how can I use this as my guide for life, right? To really use it as my main focus. Now, as people join our book club for $44 a month, you guys, it's $11 a week, okay? $11 a week. This is going to be a full circle blessing. You do one payment of $44 a month. And here's what happens. As you are getting the coaching, getting blessed by the coaching, then what we're going to do is together, us, we get to actually bless women that are surviving trafficking or abuse, and children the same. So a gift pack is going to go to each one of these women, and it's going to be matched. So if my vision is 60 women to start with in this book club. So that means 60 gift packs are going to go to these women that are survivors of trafficking and abuse, and for children as well. Now, what's going to be included in these gift packs are going to be all sorts of great things. Every month it's going to be a different thing. We're partnering with local ministries and ministries all around the United States, okay? And what's going to happen is there's going to be prayer cards in there. There's going to be a note personalized from each one of the members in the book club. You will get to personalize a note, a prayer card, or a note to a woman or child. We'll let you know which one it is. And then you will be able to write a little letter of encouragement, of hope, of prayer, of love, of support, right? So we are linking arms together in this ministry. So that is the element that we're really focusing on. That's what God is doing right now to get things jump started with this ministry. Now, that's one portion. Now, the second thing I want to share with you is tying into the question. So this came as a download. This ministry came as a download actually many years ago, okay? Probably about 4 years ago now, it came as a download. God actually gave it to me in very minimal pieces. Has it ever happened to you that you received a download from God that you were supposed to start a business, that you were supposed to start a ministry, that you were supposed to write a book, that you were supposed to take your hobby and turn it into this beautiful creation? Have you ever experienced that where God has been speaking something to you? Maybe he planted some seed in your heart, right? Or a desire to do something that is outside of what you're already doing. Okay. Now you may have tucked it away for a later date. You may have thought of it and thought, oh, that would be fun, and just kind of pushed it aside. Well, here's what happened. God woke me up at 3:33 in the morning about 4 years ago, and he said the words confident women. Okay. And I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what he was giving me, but I just knew that this was part of it, right? Part of the big picture. I wrote it down in my journal. God wakes me up at 3:33 in the morning often, if I've already gone to bed by that time, because normally I'm a night owl. So then a few months after that, he woke up women's conferences, that I'm going to be leading women's conferences. Now, I didn't realize that social media was going to be the major platform that I'm using, but here we are 4 years later, and this is what's happening, okay? That we've had many salvations through this ministry. We've had many we have an entire global prayer team. We have all sorts of things that we do year round to be a blessing full circle. So as we are being blessed in the ministry, we are blessing others, and it's it's this continuous, beautiful cycle of really linking arms together. Again, ministry is not about me. It's about we. It's about us standing together, right? So this is little tidbits that God was giving me. Little time, little bit, right? And so what happened is I started to write these down and I started to put them together. Then God called me out of nursing and he told me go to Bible college and to go all the way through. Then he told me to get certified as a Christian life coach. Did that, okay? So here I am coaching full time. I am a life coach, a breakthrough life coach, and I have several clients, okay, clients actually globally that are constantly having breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And I have clients that are a lot in network marketing because I used to be in network marketing. So I have a ton of clients that are in network marketing that don't want to do it the way that their system is telling them to do. They want to do it in a way that feels good to them. So many of my clients come from that kind of, group, network marketing. I have a lot of clients that are like, I want to start a business. I don't know how. I would love to work from home. So I have a lot of clients that I help in that area. I have a lot of clients that are in ministry that desire to start a ministry and they don't know where to start, how to do it, sort of thing. And I have a lot of clients that desire to be a coach as well or a mentor. So these are the different women that I work with, right? I say women, majority of my clients are women. I have had a few male coaches, but usually their wives end up coaching with me after. So that is a whole nother beautiful story. But here's the deal. It came in mini downloads. It came in mini series of a download, right? But what I did is I wrote it down. I was very strategic about writing it down in a notebook. Sometimes I didn't have a notebook. I would transfer it to the notes in my phone and then I would move it over to the notebook. So it would transfer over. But as time went on, I would look back at my notebook and see how each piece that God was revealing to me was actually coming together. I was able to see the big picture. But here's the biggest thing that I want you to understand when it comes to how do I make this thing happen, that I feel God is giving me this desire to do this thing, or he's leading me to do this thing or start this business, whatever it is, okay? It could be a project at home. It could be going back to school, moving. It could be whatever it is for you. If you have any questions as I'm going along, drop them in the comments below. This is like your time to actually ask coaching questions as well. But here's what happens is when you start to write this stuff down, you start to get a little more clarity. There is power when we actually take a pen and paper or pencil and paper and write things down. It activates several parts of your brain and you will start to see the bigger picture. In the Bible, it actually instructs to write things down. Habakkuk 2:2, write it on tablets so that it's so clear, okay? So there are obviously, tablets were different back then, but this is a really good example. Habakkuk 2:2 is a good example of how we should be writing the vision down. Now, once you have it written down, then it's about asking God, what is that next step that you are to take? Sometimes we get really antsy and excited and want to just get the vision to completion already. For example, let's talk about Barn of Grace. I have this vision so solid in my mind. God has already given me the details. I've already done the writing down, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it feels like. I've already, started the process of linking arms with other women in ministry. I've already launched the book club. I've already completed the book, right? There's all sorts of things that I've already done. And I'm like, all right, God, where's the land? Right? Where's the land? Now, here's the deal. God had us drive back to Tennessee, Alabama to look for land. That was the next step. We prayed to God, what is the next step? And what God said is the next step is go back to Tennessee and Alabama and start driving around. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Next week, we are going to spend time literally driving around, meeting up with different people that we know. We actually know quite a few different families that live out in this area that have been connected through social media. Such a beautiful tool, right? For connection. So here we are. We're going to go from land to land, visiting different friends and family. We're going to be just driving around and praying over the land and asking God to guide us and direct us to where he wants us to be. Now, here's the deal. What does this require? That may sound crazy to some people. To some people, it may sound like, okay, so shouldn't you have your loan documents? Shouldn't you be pre-approved for land? Shouldn't you have a great big savings? Shouldn't you have all sorts of things? And the answer to that is no, we shouldn't. Because then we will be relying on our own source. Maybe it would be a smart way to do it. Maybe it would be a logical way to do it. But you see, the thing is, my husband and I are very spirit-led. And what I mean by that is being led by the Holy Spirit. And God is telling us to take the step. We don't have loan documents ready. We don't have pre-approval. We don't have a large savings. But what we do know is we have a heart for Jesus. What we do know is we have a heart for ministry. What we do know is we are linked with women around the world who desire to step into ministry and don't know where to start. What we do know is there are many women that I'm connected to, especially here on this specific platform, that are going to see this video that want to make a difference in the world, that want to just be a tiny part of a change, that want to pray for women that are survivors of trafficking and abuse, and for children that are survivors of trafficking and abuse. There are going to be women that want to actually link arms and join the book club so that every single month a beautiful gift pack of prayer and hope and love and joy can be given in their name on their behalf to a survivor. That's what we do know. And so it's a matter of us really praying and believing that God is going to do the work, believing that God is going to show up, believing that God is going to give us the land, believing that God is going to make a miracle happen, because what we believe in is miracles happening. And you know what? God is so evident in this. Like, he shows us time and time and time and time again. If you are in agreement with me, can I get some hearts here? Can you smash that heart button if you believe that God can truly provide miracles upon miracles? That's what we have been experiencing in our lives. And I'm talking about a heightened sense of miracles upon miracles. Okay? God is so good. And I want you to know that when you ask him to guide you, he will. When you pray, he will answer. Okay? When you are really surrendering all things to our Heavenly Father, laying it at his feet and saying, God, I'm here. I'm here. Use me, God, to help build your kingdom here on earth. Use me, God. What can I do to make a difference? Okay? And this is what is happening. Yes, I believe. That's it. I believe. God is so, so good. Okay, so here's the deal. Do I believe that God is going to send 60 women that want to link arms in this ministry? Absolutely. I actually am proclaiming double fold. I'm proclaiming triple fold. I believe that there are many women that want to help and that want to serve, but don't have a lot of time, don't have a lot of resources. I have a lot of women that have asked me if they can be one of my coaching clients. This is a beautiful opportunity for you to jump in, because not only will you receive this coaching, but you will also be able to be a blessing. Do you see what I'm saying? This is really, and it makes so much sense to me now why God has truly given us the name Success Full Circle. It is about us just really blessing full circle. As we receive, we give. As we give, we receive. And every single one of us gets to be a blessing to the next person. And it's not about us being the blessing. What really is happening is that God is moving a blessing through us. When we are open, when we are really building that relationship with our Heavenly Father, God is able to move blessings through us. We are vessels. That's it. We are vessels. So going back to the question of the day for Daily Fuel, okay, everybody drop in the comments below, question of the day. Going back to the question of the day is this. How do we do the thing? How do we make it happen? Okay? How you make it happen is by really asking God to give you the first step. Once you have that first step, it's about being obedient. Now, as you are praying to God to give you the first step, you must believe that he will give it to you. If you don't believe he'll give it to you, if you're not open to receiving it, if your mind is closed off, if you are being closed-minded, if you are doubtful that God is going to answer your prayer, then guess what? You're going to block it. You're going to block receiving that, because subconsciously you're going to look the other way. It's going to pass you by. And I don't want it to pass you by. Okay, I really want you to be open to receiving. Now, people hear from God in different ways. That's probably another question for another day, but people hear from God in different ways. And it's not going to always be like this audible voice. It may be that little seed that God is planting in your heart to start that business, to become a coach, to become a mentor, to start that ministry, to link arms with us in ministry, to join the book club, to write a book, to whatever it is that God is planting a seed in your heart of, I would really highly recommend that you start praying about it and ask God to give you that next step. And that is what I have for you today for Daily Fuel. I love you all. God bless you. May you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I look forward to linking arms with all of you women who are really ready to make a difference in the world for $44 a month. It's not a big investment, but I will tell you that $44 is going to be a huge blessing when the woman receives a gift of hope, when the woman receives a message of love and prayer, knowing that there are other women around the world that are cheering them on, that are praying for them, and that are standing and believing in them, giving them a message that they can overcome as well. I love you all. God bless you. If you want to join us in the book club, drop in the comments below book club and I will send you the link. I'm getting it done tonight and I will be sending it out. I love you guys. Bye.